go. Holy crap, we're here. Let's turn this down. What the hell? Okay, oh my gosh. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties.
Scroll down to make sure the mics are working.
Yeah, we got both mics working. I made sure that our both mics are working.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hey chat, give us a heads up.
Run.
Send some W's if you can hear both me and Wes.
Does it have two separate ones?
I could hear you. Yeah, let us know if you can hear Wes clearly.
Because we have two separate mics now.
Yeah,
And I hope.
we got this working,
I
hopefully.
hope it works. And it's not just going through your mic. Wes is low.
Wes is low, no way. Again.
What'd you tweak last time?
How low is Wes? Like, how quiet is Wes?
Is it even picking me up, or is it picking me up off of your mic again?
Yeah. Let's fix this for us, guys.
It's going at the same time again.
Test, test, test.
Yeah, it's going at the same time.
Oh, dang it. Okay, here, let's do it again. Oh, only hear it through my mic. Okay. So this is what's happening.
Well, whatever you tweaked last time, maybe it propped it off.
Yeah. Here it is. So test it.
Yellow.
That should be working.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys hearing any echo? Test.
Boom,
test.
boom, 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 boom. There we go.
Wait, yup on the echo, Fierce? Is that yup on the echo?
Working.
Is there any echo like you're hearing double the audio?
Or maybe I just need to talk really quiet.
Alright. Let's get this going, man. You know, we're a little late. It's okay. We're running my Filipino time.
A little, never mind. Boy.
Bro, you trolling. Okay.
We good?
Okay, he's
Bruh.
trolling. So I'm gonna. What if we switch places, bro? You could go on this side, so I could adjust this much easier. We were making this so difficult, man. All right, we're gonna switch places. Let's go. I'm even wearing my jammy shorts. That's how comfy we're getting today. On today's Transparency Podcast, we're going to be talking about jammies. Okay, let me fix this. Oh my god. How tight did you make this, bro? Sheesh.
As tight as you can?
You didn't need to make it that tight. Okay, there you go. Here.
I got a fresh pump, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know my own strength. After the
Now
gym.
let me break my mic.
Musical chairs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing musical chairs real quick.
Damn.
Yeah, got that guasha. Got that guasha. in
Fucking
me.
crystal life or what?
Heck yeah, no, not really. Just kind of. All right, let's do it like this. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go. So today, hello, welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us in Transparency Podcast.
Wes forgot to limit his strength.
I know, right? He was going 9,000. Okay. Today, we're gonna be drinking some boba. Well, there's no boba. We have the boba.
We have boba. But we didn't want it to get soggy. Because we got it earlier. Actually, that's really, really important to do, actually. Because you don't want your boba to get soggy. Mmm.
What is it? You good?
Yeah. Just straight slush.
Well, we don't even know what the ingredients are, apparently. So.
I don't know what it is. Peach and Yakult. Honey boba, half sugar, 50% recommend. And I got no cheeso because I ain't no lactose intolerant. No cheese.
We do got boba here. If you want some boba, we got hella boba. That means you'd have to open up the little thing. But today, the reason why we got boba, now I kind of want boba. It's been a long time. What are you talking about, Fierce? You've been having balls all... Oh, sorry. Welcome to Transparency Podcast. Now we'll get started. So we just wanted to share a disclaimer as always as we begin our podcast. Our podcast is all about unfiltered, uncensored, and raw conversations, as you've heard already. We're here today to talk about something in particular. What we say in this podcast is purely based on our opinions. We are not professionals in certain topics, but we definitely today are going to be talking about our thoughts and opinions about what had happened with a recent controversy in Canada, actually. So if you guys don't know, Dragon's Den is pretty much a TV show in Canada that's like Shark Tank here in the US. And they have a bunch of investors, or a few investors, 4 or 5 investors that will come into the show and look for small businesses to invest to. And there was one particular business that got featured recently, I think it was about a week or 2 ago, that was called BOBBA Tea, but with 2 B's in boba.
Was it even boba tea or is it just boba?
It's actually called Better Boba. It's even worse. So it's even worse. And we'll get down to that. And that's the reason why today we're going to be drinking a bunch of boba. Also just to kind of enjoy a drink while we're having some good talks about boba.
Simu. Oh.
Forgot your mic already.
Simulu. Simulu?
Mhm.
Simulu. I don't know how to say Chinese words, even though I'm
Shang-Chi.
Chinese.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Mr. Marvel. Mr. Avenger.
Mr. Shang-Chi. He is one of the people that's in the show, and
Yeah.
he's basically like a person that like invests in different companies, exactly like Shark Tank. It's the exact same idea as Shark Tank. Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, same shit.
Yeah, same, but different.
But he's the only one that's of like an ethnic culture that's not white. Oh, there's
Well,
one. Well, there's
Manjit.
actually they're mixed.
So
They are pretty mixed.
Manjit Manjit, something like
Manjit.
that. I think she is of an Indian descent. Which actually we'll get to these pieces. Let's bring it back all the way to the beginning. So our topic for today is about Better Boba or Boba Tea or the boba business, whatever it is that they have it named. But it is with 2 B's, so it's BOBBA. Essentially, this is a business that apparently has been successful the past couple of years within Canada. And they've been blowing up, especially with their particular ingredients, their popping boba, that they said is their newest invention, that is a new trend that is going to be popularizing bubble tea to the world. As if boba isn't already popular in the world. But the way that they claimed it on the show is that it's better than the original boba creation, tapioca. It is better than any drinks that you get from any boba shops or bubble tea cafes or tea shops. And what they essentially did was gentrify the entire thing and, in my opinion, culturally appropriate boba in itself. They did claim that their producer or manufacturer of this popping boba is based in Taiwan, which is very ironic because if no one knew about the history of boba or tapioca itself actually started off and originated from Taiwan. It's a Taiwanese drink and became a worldwide phenomenon where literally almost everywhere you go around the world, there will be some boba shop or bubble tea shop that you can get a drink and enjoy these tapiocas. And that's why I also asked for them to put it on the side so people can see what they look like. They're just like little honey bobas, honey tapiocas.
They're soaked in honey.
They're just
Tapioca
gelatin.
pearls.
Yeah.
Big giant black tapioca pearls.
So they're just pearls, gelatin pearls that are soaked in honey,
Yeah.
and you actually drink it with your tea or juice. In this situation, What I'm drinking is a watermelon jasmine, so it has jasmine jelly already, but it's a watermelon drink. It's a watermelon tea, so it's green tea with jelly along with watermelon, and then you would add the boba in it. Now for Wes's drink, we have a peach Yakult slushy. Essentially, I turned it into a slush. It was technically it was supposed to be a tea, but I put it in the freezer. Oh man, it's been a while. I've been in one of these. Yeah, welcome, man. Thanks for showing up. It's been a while. I last seen one of these. Yeah. I hope you're doing well. So I'm multi-streaming right now, both on Twitch and YouTube. So welcome. But we want to talk about essentially.
How about the origin of it?
What do you mean? The origin of what?
Boba, the BOBBA
Oh, the
version,
origin
the
of
ripoff.
BOBBA.
The ripoff is from Quebec.
Well, no. So this BOBBA, it started in Canada, in Quebec. So this is that.
Is
company.
Canada and Quebec?
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
I'm so bad geographically.
Yeah, that's in Canada. Yeah.
But I would say but Canada's kind of like America though, where it has like different areas and they have different like languages and everything like that. Like Quebec's accent is real. I mean,
it's French Canada. It's French Canadian language. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why
it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
So like even when they were on Dragon's Den, it was like a little bit hard to understand him, but he just sounded French.
Yeah. Well, essentially, because their main dialect is French in that area, particular area. It's so funny. Ty from YouTube had said, Charmar, last time I took a leak, I had boba come out.
What?
It made a popping sound for sure.
Well, you are white, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the white version of boba, popping boba.
But we wanted to get into this topic today because it is very interesting. The way it was presented on the Dragon's Den show, they were claiming that it's better than any drinks that you get because they even said verbatim, because you don't even know what ingredients you get in the drinks that you're buying from all these boba shops or these bubble tea shops. And of course that caused a lot of the Asian community to rile up and uproar. They got really upset with it. And then Simu Liu, which honorably, I appreciate what he was doing. You know, I have my own opinions about Simu Liu himself, but I don't need to go in depth on that because it's not about him or about what he's done in the past. It's about what he was saying on the show itself, which was he really called him out for cultural appropriation. Because of even the way that they were presenting the business itself, they didn't claim any I guess like they didn't share any honor to their own producers, which is from Taiwan, where boba actually originated from, and they say that they source it directly from Quebec, which is also really weird. There's like a bit of confusion in that business aspect of that. I guess manufactured in Taiwan but shipped to Quebec and sourced directly from there, and that's where they sell it from, they sell it from Quebec.
I feel like that's a lot of extra logistics costs from a business standpoint. Like unnecessary.
But I think
it sounds a little BS.
Yeah, because in my
opinion, did they say the boba comes from Taiwan, or the whole drink itself comes from Taiwan and then shipped to Quebec?
The boba only, the popping boba that they sell.
That's so dumb.
That it comes from Taiwan.
And it's apparently their biggest
But their drinks are made in Quebec, so that's why they say it's sourced directly from Quebec. But then when Simu Liu called them out, like, where are you guys manufacturing the popping boba? And that's where they had to say that it was actually from Taiwan. And so then Simu Liu also said in the show itself, like, where is it in any of your branding, even on the bottle itself, does it ever show any kind of like respect to people that manufactured it or helped produce this tea? And how can you say that this is a healthier tea than any of the other drinks that are sold out there? Because there are really popular drinks out there that are actually super healthy. And the funny piece of what they were saying too is that with boba, BOBBA, because they're claiming that in other drinks or other boba shops that you go to, or tapioca tea shops, whatever, you don't know what ingredients they put in it. You just can't tell. You just don't understand the sweetness. You don't whatever and this and this. But let me tell you this. Can I see your receipt too? You can even peel it off of your thing. It's freaking ironic to me how in their bottle, the boba bottle, there's multiple ingredients aside from sugar and tea. There's literally a lot of like additives to their tea. Meanwhile,
to the camera.
I was gonna say like, should I? They know my name by now. I was like, is there anything
There's a
about my
phone
credit
number?
card? Yeah, is there like my credit card information?
Address?
So, meanwhile, you get bobas from a different shop, like a tea shop. Oh, you gotta do that. Yeah, you gotta do it right in a set. Wait, go back. It's not focusing. Look at that technical difficulty. There you go. Okay, let's just pass on it.
Okay,
Whatever. Wow. See, he doesn't even want to even show it. But we're frauds. We're frauds. There's more.
Even the camera's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. No,
It has no ingredients.
I'm all for boba. No.
It literally says peach in your cold chizu, honey boba, half sugar, 50%. Because I mean that's what it is. It's sugar, and then it's peach. I mean, what more do you want? It's peach drink.
Yeah, and that's all it is. But for them, they say that their drink is better because you can literally read all the ingredients in the back of the bottle. I'm like, what? But when you buy your drink from a tea shop, they literally tell you everything on the menu of what you get, and that's just it.
But then it's like also like with the whole like representation on like the bottle and everything like that. Like Simulu was correct. There's no representation saying like, hey, the boba's made in Taiwan. They could have said that. They could have said boba made in Taiwan. But instead, they're like boba, BOBBA, made in Quebec.
And well, just the branding itself too. It's they said that they had to go through a lot of copyright claims or whatever and patenting, so that's the reason why they had to change. Before, their business was called Better Boba, Better Boba, and then they had to change the boba name to BOBBA because of potential lawsuits. And right away, Simula was like, I can see where you're going with this, and that's why I think it's very problematic on the business standpoint. Not just because of the cultural appropriation. There's just a lot of things logistically that just seems really sus.
Well, you can't just blatantly say like a company is just boba. Like boba is like, it's so huge and there's so many different brands. Like Gongcha, literally, Tong Sui.
Yeah.
Mr. Green Bubble.
Chisa Sen Tea is a really, really great tea spot that is literally based in Taiwan, or based from Taiwan and now here in the United States. What's your guys' favorite spot? I think I just kind of claimed some. Boba Guys is still hands down one of my favorites. Yes, they had their controversy during the pandemic about the way that they were supporting certain things. But I think Boba Guys is probably one of my favorites just because of the sweetness level. They have it really well maintained to the point where I can still enjoy the tea without like just being down with so much sugar.
Yeah.
And I think that's where their argument for boba, BOBBA, stands, where they say that they have less sugar or sweetness in their tea and you could still enjoy the sweetness of the tea while having different flavors into it. So they have like watermelon, strawberry, mango, and then their popping bobas have flavors in them too. Never had boba guys, but have you guys tried Sane?
T-Sane.
Oh, T-Sane. I was like Sane, like Japanese.
I'm gonna have to try that spot.
T-Sane. I'm gonna have to try that spot out. It seems good. I've never had it. Have you ever gotten something associated like on? Yeah, I definitely have. Like, sadly enough, like Quickly's is just like really known for like fast processed like boba, and that in itself, it's powdered drinks. So it's powdered drinks that they mix into milk or water or whatever, and then it's just really, really sugary stuff. So that's
which
why
is the opposite now. Now we have like legit tea, legit liquids, and they put powder as the milk because it's dairy-free powder milk.
So in certain places they do that, but like for places like this, that's the reason why I chose Tong Sui, real organic seasonal drinks. So everything that they mix into this is just the fruit itself, the tea, green tea or black tea, and even the milk. If you choose like, let's say like a milk like this, you can get whole milk, or you can get oat milk, of your choice. And so it's really great because you can really like choose your own way of drinking the mix. Someone was saying earlier, do you guys prefer boba or bofa? I hope you're not trolling, but I don't know what bofa is.
Nah, you do know what it is, dude.
What?
We just fed into that.
Oh, dang it.
It's gonna be both of these nuts
Oh, man. Okay.
on your
Okay.
forehead.
All right, no more. None of that. Yeah.
See, I already said it.
Of course. Yeah, of course it would come from this guy.
That's why I didn't want to read it.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, the chat's going crazy right now, dude.
Yeah. Child's going crazy.
I would say my favorite boba spot is probably Boba Guys. It's either Boba Guys or it used to be Super Q. That's like an ABG spot though. Gongcha is pretty good.
They have like the what's that one like really ABG spot that I think like the Bay Area had where all the
Well, Gongcha was really big for a while.
what's that?
And then it's Fang Shi Fang?
No, there's another one. Like man, they like it went. It was like
Long Shi Fang.
it was trending. It was trending all over like San Jose area, I guess, or whatever it was. I forgot what it was. But anyways, my whole stance to this is, and I also want to ask like the audience if you guys are aware or know about this. But have you guys heard of BOBBA? BOBBA. What did you guys think of how Simu Liu projected his, like, him being upset about cultural appropriation? Do you think it was cultural appropriation, or do you think there's a good standpoint on where they were coming from in creating this business to make something better? What do you think?
I think it's appropriation, and I think it's just a business play by white people. Because honestly, the whole reason, like they got asked, like, why do you choose boba? Why do you choose the popping boba too? In terms of like the way that you're gonna like sell this,
And they said
stuff.
because popping boba doesn't exist anywhere. Yes,
No,
they do,
no. They said that they saw the trend of popping boba,
but
and they want to
wasn't
spearhead it. They saw the trend of
but popping
popping
boba is like have been around for so long.
It has been around for so long, but they want to be like in that trend. They want to be relevant, so they went into the popping.
Can you make your chair like higher? You look kind of short, bro. When I'm the short one, to be honest.
No,
I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, there you
Whoa,
go.
your girl is so short,
There
bro.
you go. No, she just
Now
likes
I'm too
to.
tall.
She just likes to sit in her lower desk.
It's pretty much the same height.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they said that they want to be. They saw the trend already with popping boba. They saw it was gonna be big. I think they saw like that it was going places, and then they wanted to like jump in the hype train. I don't think they made it hype. I've personally never heard of boba, like BOBBA. I thought it was baba.
No, and that's the thing too. Like the
How do you
reading-
pronounce it?
Yeah, it's just boba. It's just boba. Just BOBBA, but with two B's.
It's like Baba.
Yeah.
Baba.
So here's the thing too. So as I was watching all the backlash that they were getting all over TikTok and the Asian community, and the harassment that this business has been receiving, I do agree with one point. Yes, the business is called Boba, it's called Boba, the BOBBA, but not BOBA. And that's what we've been mentioning since the very beginning of this podcast. But yeah, this business, so they were getting a lot of backlash and hate, but it got to a point where harassment started to occur, death threats, and all these things that, cancel culture tends to do when they become excessive. So I feel like in that sense, in that situation, I agree that people shouldn't go to that length where
That's overkill.
that's just like too much. Like
No pun
this
intended.
is what I mean about like cancel culture. Like cancel culture exaggerates so much stuff to just boil down to like releasing frustration out of things that they're unhappy with life, like in life. And I don't think it was necessary for the business to go through that. But I do believe in the piece where someone had mentioned on one of the videos that I watched. They said it's not just about like gentrifying the drink itself or like making it popular and making millions of dollars off of it and monopolizing it. And capitalizing on the fact that like, oh yeah, this is a popular drink that people will enjoy. And then they even stated that this is healthier than any tea drink that you get, boba drink that you get. But then say that they're also trying to get into the alcohol business to sell popping boba with alcohol.
I was gonna bring that up.
Like how the hell
it's an oxymoron. It's so
like how
critical.
do you go healthy but drink alcohol with the popping boba? Like it just make sense. But
it's like putting popping boba in a martini.
Yeah, but that video, the one video that really like got to me was the point was that she was stating, this one person on TikTok stated, this is not just an uproar from the Asian community out of spite or hate, but it's the idea that like food is it's a very cultural aspect.
It's sacred.
And it's a very important piece of everyone's like lifestyle or like or child or like not childhood but like their upbringing. Food, depending on your ethnicity or where you come from, where you're born, or how you were raised, really impacts the way your lifestyles are also. And it's a very cultural importance to it and significance because boba literally originated from Asian culture, and not just any Asian culture. It came from the Taiwanese culture. And it was something that they had invested their generations and generations of their lives to create something that can be shared to the world. And then for another white business to come in and say, I'm going to make it better than you, is downright pure colonization all over again and gentrifying something that is not meant to be better.
No, it really is. It's like if they like, oh, my version of it would be like 1 ton. If a white company or some sort of business person came up to me and said, "I'm gonna make 1 ton better than you do," I would just be like, "What the fuck?"
I'd challenge them. I'd be like, bet. Like,
right. You know how to rap? Do you know how to rap? Or are you just going to pay someone to rap
and then,
it
like,
for
how are you going to make it better? Oh, because I'm going to add a different ingredient. I'm going to put meatballs in it. Like, what the?
Ew,
that's what I'm saying.
Dude.
Like imagine. Or imagine me coming up to an Italian person and I'm going to be like, I'm going to make your pasta better. And I'm going to
make your pasta better.
And I'm going to turn it Asian. Actually, we do have
you literally do that.
Actually,
your people literally do that.
Actually, we really do have, but our shit is fucking.
That shit busting. It is busting.
Our food's fire.
It smacks.
It
smacks.
That Jollibee spaghetti, we're number 1 right now and top 1 chicken in the United States
for a reason.
And spaghetti.
Over KFC. Think about that.
And Popeyes.
Think about that, Colonel Sanders.
And spaghetti too. The spaghetti itself, yeah. But that's what I mean, But see, that's even hard because pasta or like spaghetti, I don't know. It's like that you can, like you don't.
Do you guys have a version of 1 ton? Because you guys are Filipinos are famous for taking on people's culture.
Filipinos. Hold on. We don't cultural appropriate. We
blend it.
We are inspired.
Yeah, blend.
No, see, here's the thing.
Inspired. Okay.
Actually, here's the thing. This is the one thing that I say. Why Filipinos don't appropriate food, because we are aware and we admit and say that these are inspirations and influences from these parts of the world. Literally, this business was claiming, I'm gonna take a Taiwanese drink that is a cultural drink specifically from Taiwan, and then I'm gonna make it white. That's what they're claiming. I'm going to make it white and I'm going to make it better because I'm going to sell it to white people that don't understand the Taiwanese culture with tapioca.
White is right.
I'm
just kidding.
That's literally what they're saying. Yeah, it's crazy. This is how we end. We're gonna lose our podcast like 949 so quick. 949 Podcast, I feel bad for y'all. I'm sorry. It's
Wait,
not
what
even,
happened to them?
949 Podcast is getting canceled left and right for all the things that they're saying shady like things about. Trying to.
They are like hella young though.
But they're also like, that's irrelevant. That's a whole nother topic we could talk about in a different podcast
That's true.
episode.
But they're not like the Down Bad show, like, or not the Down Bad show. That's Jimmy Zhang. If they're not like
Jimmy Zhang is also getting canceled.
Who's the boba? Or not the boba? Oh my fucking god!
Under the Influence.
Under the Influence, yeah.
No, but even Under the Influence is actually like now they said something about like
what'd they do?
They talked about all these all men. So I get,
but that's the thing though, is that like that's what they're famous for.
No. But this like it got to the point it's out of hand. You know, like there are things that we say in our podcast because we're called Transparency Podcast. So f all y'all if you think that we're like, oh my god, cancel culture. Literally, our podcast is about like being transparent and unfiltered. But we're
not afraid of the cancel culture. That's the whole point.
We're not afraid, but we still do have respect. We still have limitations. We still respect certain things that we don't just go out of place and go beyond our boundaries. But again, 949 Podcast, Under the Film, whatever, they could, I hope you guys find us. Make us popular, please. But, you know, we could have another episode about them. But...
Do you think they rose to... Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah. But...
Off tangent.
Yeah, let's get back to this. Do you agree about everything that Simu said? Because now I'm gonna share an opposing side.
So, I think that what Simu did is, as an Asian American, I have to commend him for actually like speaking up and not just looking at like money.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's there for. He's there for money. He's not there for representation. But I think that really clicked for him, the whole entire boba thing. Because it does, like you said, it comes down to like our core. It comes down to like our influence, our culture,
our ethnic background,
how we grew up too.
Yeah.
Like just boba is such a big part of the culture. I mean, it's food.
Yeah.
Literally. And Asians and food it's huge. So I think he did actually a really good job in handling it. I think if anyone else were to like sell me a boba drink, I probably would get pissed off.
It's crazy because
but he did it very professionally.
A few episodes ago on our podcast, we talked about how like food is a universal language, universal love language.
Mm-hmm.
But as much as love feels good, love can also be very hurtful and spiteful. And in that sense, in the topic of food, in this situation, that's what I believe in with what Quebec or the Quebec business, boba business, was doing. They were being hurtful towards a specific community. And this is the reason why the Asian communities
I think they said too much.
Their argument after they got called out and started to get harassed everywhere, their argument on that is that they have their argument, which AKA I call an excuse, is their language isn't their first language isn't English. So on the show they were speaking in English the entire time.
Oh my gosh! So they're saying they said the wrong thing and they want to retract a bunch of things because they didn't speak English.
They meant something else, but it came off wrong because they didn't understand how to present it properly in English.
That's the whole point of a business proposal.
Yeah, but they said that they would have. You know, so the apology video that they made or the apology letter that they had sent out to the public, I don't believe was sincere. It was just a way to, again, it's like you say sorry because you got caught, not because you actually feel bad.
Yeah.
But also, there's one thing that I actually really did like about Manjit, or however you say her name. One of the investors did say something and presented something on the show. Before the show, or before that episode ended, or that particular piece, that segment of that show ended, Manjit said something to Simulu. It's like, Simulu was saying, I can't be about a business that is culturally appropriating something that I stand for heavily in my life, especially being of this ethnic descent. Not only that, like, I don't believe that I should invest in something that would just tarnish what the Asian community has been working so hard to be successful in, or to grow in, to spread to the world. But Manjit said something, and she said, just because they weren't presenting things properly on the show. And although it did feel like it was cultural appropriation, that didn't mean that they didn't have an opportunity to learn at that moment and further on to learn more from the mistakes that they were making. And that's the whole point of them as investors, to invest in businesses, not only to get money from these investments that they're making, but to help the business grow to be a more appropriate and better business to the world, to the public. That was her argument towards the end, which that stance I actually believe is a pretty valid point. Because people make mistakes. Humans are known to make mistakes through history. Even colonization, I would say. There are certain things that maybe some people feel remorse to.
Yeah, but the whole business plan is colonization. It's not like their speech was colonization.
But the thing on that end, to me, where I agree with, is that you can learn from your mistakes. She said that on the video, on the show, right? On that episode. But days later, when they started to finally share their apology letters and apology videos, that's where that stance to me goes completely, it gets completely negated.
They would have to change up their whole entire business practice and move to an Asian country. They can't stay in Quebec.
No, I don't think they have to move their business entirely.
Well, the business would have to change. The structure of the business
the structure just has to change. They can keep the business in Quebec. I don't think there's any necessary point to them to go to Taiwan and like have their business there. They could have it there, but the whole branding, the way that they present things, the way that they can share the cultural understanding of where their foundation comes from, why they created the boba drink, BOBBA.
Yeah.
And why they believe that their drink, because in food especially, or any businesses, even in the tech industry, right? It happens. Actually, I think they even said this in the show. They say, like, even in the tech industry, there are businesses, startups will always fight and be like, we're better than Google, we're better than Facebook, we're better than Apple as a startup, because they will always compete with other competitors and say like they're better than another. And they do this even now. Big tech companies, tech giants, Apple goes against Google, Google goes against Meta, and vice versa, and all this cycle, right? Happens often. So that cultural understanding and learning and rebranding makes sense. But everything she said at that point is meaningless, like, or became meaningless the moment that apology letter and video came out, where the business, boba business, actually felt like they weren't really apologizing. It was just a PR stunt. It was just another way to save face, to save their business in some way, by saying, well, our language isn't English, our first language isn't English, so we didn't explain it properly. Then why did, like...
Why don't you have a PR person?
Yeah.
Don't
like,
they have a PR department that should prepare them for it?
Why didn't you prepare yourself to
if you already have these tens of millions of dollars already that you've gone on in revenue that you're showing off, why don't you have a PR team?
Yeah.
I think that's a failure on their part. But then it's like also Manjeet making that excuse that like everyone makes mistakes on these shows. When you're selling yourself to possible investors, you cannot make mistakes and be forgiven. It's your one shot and your one opportunity. It's literally Eminem.
That's a good.
You don't get a second chance.
That's a good stance. Yeah.
So it's like, yes, she can have that mindset that like people are going to make mistakes and like we can learn from it and like grow from it past. But it's like, that's a very, very optimistic mindset. And I think as an investor for her, she's probably thinking, I can fix this.
Well, no, the crazy thing was, even in the show,
she wanted 40%, right?
Yeah, you can sense the greediness that was coming out of it. When she heard like their estimates within the next couple of years of them making multi-millions, she was like, take me as your number one investor. You don't even need to collaborate with these two other investors, because there are two other investors that wanted to partner together.
She's not feeling any cultural appropriation because it's not her culture.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you if it was something like roti or something like that and they were making it, she would be like... She would
lash out.
She'd be like, what the hell? You're making roti and you're French?
Yeah. Like, explain, yeah. And here's the thing too. That's the reason why like that first piece to me made sense when that was being said on the episode. And that should have been the learning stance. And so that anything afterwards that they said later down, even the apology video and letters, should have came from a learning standpoint. But what they just did was a PR stunt to just apologize because they got caught, not because they really are sorry. And then Manjit actually created a TikTok video or an Instagram video or whatever, sharing to the public, saying that she is no longer investing in the business. Yeah. So
What about second chances now, bitch?
So that was a crazy shit. That was a crazy part. She backed out because she knew she fucked up. She knew that she was siding with a business that was going to go down the drain and she didn't want to lose all the money. And is that even allowed? Like, after you say, if you had an agreement, although it was just a verbal agreement at first on the show.
Nothing's on paper.
That's crazy for her to back out. Like, that's...
It's the same thing with your salary. You can make a bunch of promises verbally.
Until you get that
Until
paper.
it's on paper. If it's not on paper,
But
it don't
that's
matter.
so fucked up of her. She backed out because she got caught also. Knowing that the business was going to go down the drain. And she knows...
Everybody makes mistakes.
She knew the moment
Everybody
that
has those
happened, she was
days.
like, yeah, this business is down the drain. It's not going to be successful anymore. They're going to lose a lot of money afterwards. I'm going to lose a lot of money too if I invest in this company. What happened?
They were made in 2021.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they
3 years old only?
yeah, but they're making money. They're making money because they're selling to their culture. They're selling to white people and saying that like this is better than those
Okay, here we
Asian
go.
drinks.
After a couple of laboratory tests, multiple failures, and close collaboration between Quebec and Taiwan. Wow.
Now they're stating. I don't even know if that was updated.
Yeah, who knows? The incomparable boba bubble tea was born. Was born. You made. Now they're doubling down. They're saying they made it, even though they said it was a trend. Real matcha tea, white tea or black tea with fruit juice pearls and nothing else. And with less than 15 grams of sugar and less than 90 calories per bottle, it's hard to resist the temptation. Show off your spontaneous and fun
Real
side.
tea. Then give me the ingredients in the back of the bottle because there's definitely more than just tea, sugar, and the boba, the tapioca. At least this is literally it: fruit, tea, and popping or honey boba. Maybe just a bunch of sugar because of the honey boba, the honey, and maybe the sugar from the watermelon itself, from the fruit. And then the tea. That's it. So
They sell the popping boba separately.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Their business standpoint is both the popping boba and then the tea that they make. The popping boba originated or manufactured in Taiwan. The tea is sourced directly from Quebec. And they even have the nutrition facts. So but here,
That's just for the boba.
but this
though.
is just the nutrition facts. If you actually like, I wish
It's in
we could.
Spanish too. You want to read it?
Yeah, I can't even read it. It's actually in French. Oh, this. Oh wait, no, never mind. Yeah, this is in English. But there,
the clown.
when Simu Liu was reading the bottle, so I don't know if you guys can see.
No,
that.
you can see it.
This is that drink. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't
Maybe
it-
it's Baba.
No, they literally said boba.
Then why are they saying ba?
It's just a song. I don't even think that's just a. That's just like some stock image or stock.
Yeah, but they don't know how to speak English, so you know maybe they're pronouncing it
most
wrong.
of the sugar? Doesn't the tea have the most of the sugar? Well, it depends where the tea is sourced or coming from. Cause tea, like literally, like green tea or black tea, it's just if it's herbal tea, it's just that.
Jasmine.
There's no sugar in it. Most boba shops,
Oolong.
and we're not talking about the BOBBA boba business. We're talking about like,
BOBA.
about like other like bubble tea shops. Yeah, marketing. That's why it's boba. No, well, they even said that they had to change their brand because they were potentially getting sued for the name boba, BOBA.
Who? That'd be interesting to know who actually has a trademarked boba.
Maybe Taiwan. I think Taiwan.
The country of Taiwan.
Maybe.
There's got to be some person that owns it.
Yes, someone from Taiwan, most likely. Like, I would hope so.
They just get a patent.
The marketing thing, that's why it's... No, yeah, that's why... Because the whole thing is, like, it's two B's, because it's also Better Boba. Like, and that's what their business brand used to be called, Better Boba. but sugar is added onto the tea based off of the honey boba that you put in it because the honey itself. And then any other fruit drinks that you get may have more sugar or whatever.
They usually use syrup, more
Yeah,
syrup.
or they'll use syrup or like brown sugar. They'll have things like that, and it really differs depending on what shop you get. But I wish we could get a bottle of the BOBBA one, the boba business, because when Simu Lu looked in the back on the episode and he looked in the back of the ingredients, he was reading like multiple things in the back of it, which is really crazy.
Nutritional values here. Liquides is fat. Glucides, carbohydrates. Proteins is proteins. 25 milligrams of sodium. Potassium, 20 milligrams. Calcium, 125 grams. Why is there so much calcium? What the heck? 6 grams of fiber. Sugar is 12 grams.
And that's
12
the thing,
grams of sugar? That's not that bad. That's pretty low.
12 grams of sugar is a lot, in my opinion.
Are you kidding me? Soda? How much is your soda?
12 grams of sugar, is that per bottle? Or
Per bottle. Per one bottle. The whole bottle is 12 grams? That's really not that much.
No, that's the boba. That's just the boba.
No, this is the drink.
Oh, that's the drink.
0 grams of fat.
And that's the thing. That's not all that. See, they're only showing. Oh wait, I think. Look, go to the ingredients. Click ingredients.
Water, sugar,
there
fructose, watermelon concentrate, fructose, natural and artificial flavors.
So here's what I'm saying.
Artificial flavors.
Yeah. So here we go. Actually, they
Oh
are.
shit.
So again, they were saying our boba's better because we have the less amount of ingredients.
Boba Inc. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, so, and where does Boba Inc. come from? But they were claiming that they have the less sugars, or they have the less amount of sugars, they have the least amount of ingredients, because theirs is more clear and actually, like, transparent on what, transparent, that as they say, on what they have. But this is crazy. This is not healthier, as they say is healthier. They have natural and artificial flavors, lemon juice concentrate, starch acetate, matcha powder, calcium lactate, calcium chloride, citric acid, malic acid, sodium alginate, potassium sorbate.
There's way too much calcium
gum.
stuff.
They have xanthan gum in it, sodium benzoate, sodium metaphosphate, sodium erythorbate, allura red. They have the dye, a coloring dye on their freaking drink. Sodium carboxymethyl cellulose, whatever the fuck. And all of this other shit. When literally ours is watermelon, green tea, and fucking honey boba with brown sugar. That's the ingredient.
That's a lot of additives.
And then you're saying that that's healthier than this? I mean, maybe in the sugar-wise, like the sugar level.
Gum?
Bro, like...
What is the gum for? Is that in the boba?
It's the boba probably, or maybe...
The coating in the boba?
The artificial...
it's popping.
Maybe the color, the artificial coloring, or I don't know, something.
Why is there so much calcium, though?
They want you to
Different
shit.
types of calcium.
They want you to take the fattest shit out. You will be...
Boba, you gonna get the bubble guts.
You're about to be popping in the toilet after, bro. It's about to be they're about to pop off in the bathroom.
Hey, man, all I'm saying, Ty Rock, you gonna get some bubble guts if you drink this.
There's a rabbit hole of the trademark. I'm not going down that rabbit hole, bro. It's okay. That's the reason why we didn't search you up. We were hoping you could search it up. But,
Boba Inc. That's crazy, though.
I mean, aside from the take of boba itself.
Yeah, now they specifically say their pearls are crafted by a partner in Taiwan. Also, they changed it, I'm pretty sure, to actual partner because it's one of their investors is the makers of.
Yeah. Okay, here's a question that I want to ask you, Wes. Do you think in some parts of like food and culture, it's okay for different ethnic backgrounds to try to make their own dishes, like, or to make a different ethnic dish, and then try to say that they wanted to make it better or taste differently? Do you think that
I'm about to trade this mark tomorrow I think it would be really cool if someone made matcha balls. How about that?
It already exists.
Matcha boba?
Yeah, Taiwan has matcha like tapioca. There's like
Damn, that's my white side coming out. I'm sorry, guys.
there's like different there's like different tapioca like yeah. There's different tapioca options. Culinary freedom, so long you don't mess it up. So okay, chat, give us a take on that though. What do you mean so long you don't mess it up? Like
I think if it's marketing, like if you're making it, like you're just making it, like culinary, you make food and you're enjoying the food, I think that's fine. But I think if you're making a business out of it and you're taking another type of person's ethnic background and culture away and saying you're going to make it better is not okay.
so okay, how about this take? For
Like,
example,
leave it alone.
For example, here's a good one. Burritos. Burritos only exist in the US. Mexico, you go to Mexico and you're like, "Can I get a burrito?" They'll look at you funny and be like, "The fuck you asking for, bro?" Like, here's a fucking tortilla. Here's your bean, your rice, and your meat. Go make your own shit. Burritos don't exist in Mexico, but Americans claim burritos to be a Mexican dish.
It's because it's a big taco. It's a big tortilla.
But what I mean by that is, do you agree that it's okay that Americans are saying that this particular dish is a Mexican dish when even Mexicans don't claim it as their dish?
Ooh.
Right? So now it's the opposite. It's backwards.
I think that's marketing, though. I think that's not appropriation because if Mexicans don't actually claim it as literally Mexico food, then I think it's just American marketing to try and use burritos as Mexican because the tortilla. Where did the tortilla come from?
So why is that passable and not considered appropriation? Like I actually from chat
because it's not in Mexico, so it's not appropriation.
No, but it's,
but they're selling it under Mexico because to distinguish
it's like reverse. It's reverse, right? So like with Quebec or like this business from Quebec, they're claiming that their boba is better, and they're literally gentrifying Taiwanese drinks, an ethnic, traditional, cultural drink, right? And saying that it's better because now they're making it white. Now, here in America, white people are claiming a dish and saying, no, it's not ours.
What about a
it's
quesadilla?
yours.
What about quesadillas?
Is that okay?
Is that in Mexico?
I don't know. Let's ask chat. I don't know if quesadillas. I just know that the history of burritos don't actually exist in Mexico.
All right, fierce. Is quesadillas in Mexico? Burrito itself word and the way it looks not Mexican, but the way it's made is using all Mexican ingredients.
So you as a Mexican, Fierce,
Tex-Mex?
would you agree, Fierce, that it's okay that Americans, white people, are giving you that credit? Like, yeah, this is a Mexican dish. This is Mexican food.
But we're not taking the credit away. White people.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how
they're giving extra credit.
But
it's kind of weird.
But is that okay? Like, what if
it's weird?
Imagine the Filipino culture. Like, white people come to us to the Philippines and be like, "Here is a dish, and we're just gonna say it's a Filipino dish, but we made it. You can have it." Like, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
It's like a donation.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I never asked for your fucking dish.
Quesadilla is Mexican, but it's a big tortilla. It's a burrito.
I never like that
without the filling. Technically.
But the approval part I want out of that is like, does that make sense? Are you okay as a Mexican? Fears in the chat. Do you agree? See, like it's interesting thing because I love my cousins from Mexico. Oh.
They love it.
They love it from Mexico. Love it, but I don't know. Oh, if you love it. But see, that's the thing. Like, so I guess it's okay if you're giving extra credit to someone that never asked for extra credit.
But is a Mexican actually going to be like, unless you're like, I feel like that's generational, like pride. I feel like if you walk up to like a really, really old Mexican in Mexico, they're probably going to be like, no, burritos are not from Mexico. But if you walk up to a younger Mexican, they'd probably be like, oh yeah, burritos, you like burritos? I got burritos.
Yeah, but they'll still make it, it's interesting, yeah. And then someone said, there are some dishes that need to be respected and must follow certain steps. I agree to that. Certain dishes, for example, pasta, universal, because yes, it's an Italian dish, but there are different types of pasta made from all over the world from different ethnic backgrounds. Chinese, Filipinos, Vietnamese. They're all different Asian cultures have pasta. Well, but actually, it's also because of the influences that they have around from Europe, especially Vietnamese people.
Well,
like
it's the whole trade.
right, like pasta itself, like it's because of like the trade. Yes, like through generations, that is a source of
Foreign exchange.
yeah that they were able to access. True generational pride will just possibly will just create possible unnecessary fights, but that's the thing that I'm trying to understand in that situation is like, why is it okay for backwards to give credit?
My uncle does not claim burritos from Mexico, but does love them. See?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying, right? So it's like if it's, I guess it's okay if the people love it and get, and then like white people are giving credit to some.
I mean, I
other
guess they
people.
could take pride in it.
But isn't that like that's like a double standard? Like fuck you, white people, for taking our shit, but yeah, give us more shit. Like what? Like to me, out of pride, if that was me as someone who's Asian, if I was Taiwanese, which I'm not, but if I was Taiwanese and then people are doing that to our Taiwanese dish, like about boba, and then they're like, oh no, we're gonna give you a dish also because we're white and we're gonna give you credit for it. I'd be like, hell no, I don't want your shit. Like, it is another version of colonization, essentially. Like claiming food and taking things to be different. Is another form of colonization or gentrifying things.
I'm 2% Taiwanese.
Oh, you're wild, bro. That's not real. I don't believe it, bro. Yeah.
It's only me and one of my sisters.
Oh, that's crazy.
Everyone else in my family doesn't show up as Taiwanese,
That's
but they all
crazy.
take the same test. I don't know.
So
I am so offended by this boba drink.
I don't want to claim. Yeah, it's appropriation.
I don't know. I feel like I gotta try it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of appreciation to it. I don't think it's just full appropriation.
I think it would be really good if they put more representation for it. Instead of it being like a you against me type of rivalry, I wish it would be like from the products originating in Taiwan.
That's what was Simu Liu was stating. Like, I wish you had represented it more in a way that you were showing support to the people that had created it originally, because you clearly had an inspiration.
Well, it's like a wok pan.
Yeah.
Where did a wok pan come from?
From Asian culture.
I think it's China.
Is it China? I don't
think
know.
it is.
I honestly don't know. The
But that
history.
type of like art style of cooking with a wok,
Yeah, because of the
is
sources.
insane.
Yeah, those big pans, bro.
All that hard work.
Or-
It's just like I'm just thinking about like the actual physical labor in terms of all these practices, creating a boba, using a wok. Like it's all very physical labor, and we're not giving the actual representation.
I like this take. As a Mexican and speaking from my fam from Mexico, we do not really care about the whole appropriation of burritos. As long as it tastes good, we're good. We can care less who makes it. But see, that's the thing. You enjoy burritos, but what if now all of a sudden white people are claiming tacos, or claiming other like
Yeah, Taco
tortas,
Bell.
or birrias? What if they're claiming that all of a sudden?
I don't know, man. Here's the thing, though. That's I think really controversial is that most people that work at these American brands that are appropriating are Mexican. You go to a Panda Express, they're all Mexican. They're not even Chinese workers.
But the owners are. Well, that's different.
The founders.
But that's different though. That's different though, because that's just like a labor thing. That's different. I'm talking about like it's not like the people working in Panda Express are like, hell yeah, we cooked this shit. It's a Mexican dish because we cooked it. We cooked it today. We cooked it tomorrow. We'll cook it the next day. It's a Mexican dish. No, like they don't do that. It's just a labor thing. It's a little different. Or some people who never tried a taco before pronounce it taco. Taco.
Is it taco or taco? How are you pronouncing that?
I think
Tacoma.
I think what I'm trying to understand is like, when is it okay and when is it not okay? Because see, I'm kind of half about the boba thing. I do believe there's a heavily
We should try it.
there's a heavily piece
We should
of
find a store that actually has it and we should try
yeah,
it.
it's
Or
like-
order it on Amazon or something.
I always believe in that you can't knock it till you try it thing, but I don't agree with their stance on how they said they wanted to make something better. Because that is literally pure colonization language. Like, I found something from a different country, now I'm going to make it better and claim it as mine. That is pure colonization.
Yeah.
But I do believe there is also a bit of appreciation because they were inspired by this drink and said, wow, I want to try something a little different. I want to follow the trend, and yes, I want to make money off of it, but I also want to try different drinks with it. So that's why they even wanted to touch base with alcohol.
Alcohol.
But even alcoholic boba actually already exists.
Is alcohol a drink? The term alcohol?
Yeah, that's a whole nother history that we could go on days for, but that's...
It's a mixed drink.
Taco sway.
Tacos way!
Yeah, but now that's the part.
What about a crunch wrap?
A lot of Taco Bell is a white thing, bro. Taco Bell is not a Mexican
But it's
thing.
so good, but
It is
so
owned,
bad.
It is owned by white people who literally freaking like.
Is it owned by white people?
Yes, it was claimed by Sandra Bullock, bro.
Oh shit!
No, in that one movie, if you know what I'm talking about. She even claimed a black person and tried to make him famous off of football, and then claimed all his money. Bro, these white people literally do anything for money.
Claimed by Sandra Bullock.
Taco Bell is a white-owned business. It is not.
Okay, but technically Taco Bell is owned by
White
a mother
people.
brand.
No, it's by white people.
It's owned by a mother brand.
Yeah.
With the Habit Burger.
And KFC. Oh wait, is it KFC? I think it is KFC. KFC and Taco
Yum
Bell.
Brands.
Yeah, it's by white people.
But who owns what? Yum.
Who owns white,
Who owns white people?
Nobody, because apparently they're
The CEO is David Gibbs.
a white person.
Yep, he's really white.
I told you, bro.
Andral E. Pearson.
Bro.
1920. Oh, 2006 they died.
Yeah.
Damn, Yum
But
Brands
it's
has been
all
around
it's
forever.
all claimed by white people. Taco Bell is not Mexican.
Ooh.
Just as McDonald's was also a controversial thing because white people try to steal from other white people, and that's where McDonald's came
Holy
to
shit. KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, the Habit
be. I
Burger
told
Grill.
you, KFC
More.
too. They're all
Dude,
owned.
they own everything.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's a whole nother controversy. Yeah, that's another podcast episode we could talk about. What I want to get you have crazy ADHD, bro. We're trying to talk about the BOBBA Tea appropriation, but let's go back to the appropriation piece. When is it okay to then call it appreciation, not appropriation? Aside from what I just said, like
I think it's the way that you actually represent it. The way that you actually present the appropriation, if it's going to be appreciation or not.
okay, how about this? Now let me put it in a very interesting take. Filipinos call their egg rolls or their spring rolls lumpia because there is pork in it, pork or beef, sometimes mixed, pork and beef. And then there are egg rolls from China. There are spring rolls from Vietnam. And they even have the fried ones and the non-fried ones with the shrimp and veggies, right? How is that not appropriation of each other? Who actually started the spring roll thing? Chinese people or Vietnamese people? Right? And then why is it okay for Filipinos to make...
Well, that's why they changed it differently. It's not just spring roll. It's like this is a Vietnamese spring roll and this
But-
is a Chinese
but
spring
they're-
roll.
but
Because
the-
Chinese is deep fried.
But the wrap is the same wrap. The deep fried ones?
No,
the
it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yo, lumpia is Shanghai. That's why it's called lumpia Shanghai. The wrap that they use is...
No, Chinese spring rolls is it's like an actual dough versus Vietnamese is rice paper.
No, but lumpia, the wrap that they use is the same wrap that Chinese people use for their spring rolls.
Yes.
So how is that us not appropriating
Oh,
the
it
Chinese
is.
culture? But why aren't Chinese people fighting Filipinos for it? Is it because we're considered Asians also? But isn't that a double standard? Like, I would agree with Chinese people on this one.
Do people just expect it though from Filipinos?
Well, they say lumpias are way better than fucking Chinese spring rolls.
I feel
anyways.
like it's sizes too though.
What do you mean?
Like lumpia is not big. Spring rolls are like really big and like packed.
Yeah,
Lumpias are like a little snack, you know,
but like
that you just keep eating.
yeah,
It's
but
not
it
a
just
snack.
gives you the most energy.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same thing still? No, but no, but see, but what?
I get what you're saying, but like I don't think that Chinese spring rolls are made the same though. Like lumpia is very much like it's very meaty.
But then
Chinese
now,
spring rolls actually have like a lot of veggies and cabbage.
But
and
now
stuff in
Quebec
it.
can say the same thing. They could be like, well, our boba is exactly that. It's not made the same way the Taiwanese people make it.
Yeah, it's not. It's shittier.
Yeah, there's
It's
like
way more unhealthy
there's
when you
more
said it's
calcium and shit,
healthier.
yeah.
So much xanthan gum,
But see,
calcium
but why-
citrate,
is it
calcium
only-
acid.
Is it only appropriation when white people call it when they try to claim it?
What size you like your lumpia? I like it 6 inches.
Damn, I don't like mine cut in half. No sir. Oh. This is a different topic. I like mine all the way long.
I
man.
could have just been like, what size do you like your
Yeah.
lumpia?
Mine's beefy and porky. It's very flavorful. You don't even need the and look at that.
How do they cook the beef or the pork beforehand?
You don't like it's like raw. Like they mix it. It's like ground,
Like ground pork.
Yeah, it's like ground pork and beef. They mix it together with like chopped carrots and.
But I think Chinese spring rolls is like a mix, but it's also like the cabbage and like veggies and stuff like that. Like there's chicken and or carrots in there too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying though. Like it
But
almost,
lumpia is just straight freaking meat.
Yeah, I just saw meat. but that's what I'm saying. It's just like
This
why,
is different because we don't have veggies.
that's why. So why is it not appropriation to the Chinese culture? But when it comes down to white people claiming something, all of a sudden it's appropriation. Why can't white people do? Or why can't they not be allowed?
Because they're famous for appropriating
and colonizing.
and colonizing.
But what if white
It's
people?
2024.
But what if white people in this generation really are not just oblivious, but really do
well,
just
clearly
want,
Quebec is oblivious.
maybe not oblivious, but ignorant is for them. They're definitely ignorant. Like
Okay, if they're ignorant, then that's even worse.
Yeah.
I would rather them be oblivious.
But see, because like to be oblivious is like you really have no like ignorance is not bliss. Like ignorance is just choosing sometimes to like
You're literally choosing to ignore.
yeah, but see that I don't know. Like I guess I'm not siding with white people. I'm just saying why can't white people have a chance at something like culinary, like with food? Like I get it.
Steak,
Fuck that.
barbecue,
Well, actually, they're really good at that.
barbecuing on the grill, drinking beer.
Yeah, they're really good at that.
What is that?
Yeah, fucking Asians can't do better. Actually, no Japanese people. That's why they have
Sapporo?
A1. That's why they have A1 Wagyu.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that's not the cooking
It's
itself.
the style of cut.
It's
the
the
way that-
preparation.
yeah, and the way they raise them. But that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing. Like Japanese people can have better steak.
Like you barely even have to cook a wagyu.
Yeah.
You literally. Psh, psh, you're
I
good.
just
It's
feel
so
like
good.
I just feel like in this situation there is a piece that I wish the boba business had an opportunity to try to and say like, we're not here to try to gentrify something. We're here to really just understand that like, yes, this tea or this type of drink had existed for years and years and already, and we wanted to try something different. But with a or we wanted to try the drink, but with a twist of our own style, because I think like in Asian cultures, when we do influence each other, inspire each other in those ways, that's the thing. Like lumpia versus Shanghai rolls or spring rolls, there's a heavy influence of what lumpia became because of what they got from Chinese culture. But Chinese people aren't calling out Filipinos and be like, yo, you guys gentrify that shit and appropriate our fucking food. Even though you can hands down, like if I were to, this is not out of like arrogance or like pride, but if I were to give a white person right now a Chinese spring roll and a lumpia, have them try it blindfolded, I guarantee you they're going to say that they love the lumpia more. Right? So that's us saying that we made it better.
But can they tell? Can they tell which one's which?
But that it doesn't matter, right? For them to say at the end of the day, like, yeah, I love this, or whatever it is that I just ate, I prefer this. That's us saying that we made it better. We made what we were influenced by from you
But
guys.
you're not pridefully selling that like that, though.
Yeah, that's true. We
You're
don't-
like, here, have some of this lumpia.
but we're
come
claiming
join us in this
we're claiming
meal.
it as ours. Lumpia is ours, but really, even for me, maybe I'm the odd one, but like all the Filipinos, the 100 millions of Filipinos out in the world will say, yeah, lumpia is ours. I'll be like, hell no, bitch. Like lumpia was an influence from other cultures, you hoe. Like, I'm sorry, damn, I might get canceled for this. but you know, like
All
even-
your Filipino followers just delete.
yeah, he's not real Filipino. I hate that Filipino guy.
The viewers just
That
go,
Filipino guy is ignorant. He doesn't know his stuff.
we
Like,
don't stand him. We don't claim him.
we don't blame him. Like, whatever, bro. Like, but that's the thing. Like, lumpia is not original, but then we can say that it is better, and then it's not appropriating because we're not white, right? Like, it just sometimes I wish that there wasn't like double standards, just because of the color or the background, ethnicity, or just because of being white. Again, yes, I'm not.
Well, I
I'm
mean-
not condoning colonization or appropriation. I'm just saying that sometimes I think we need to give a little bit of credit to white people, like for things that they are trying, because at least they were open-minded enough to find out about bubble tea. Now they are trying to promote bubble tea.
Yeah, but there's also different white people.
Yeah.
I think it's just like the instant demographic and demonization of white people in general that really gets people going in America specifically. Maybe Canadian white people aren't the same, but it's represented already that they're white. So there's already a stigmatism of you're colonizing, you're appropriating.
That's what I wanted to
So
hear.
American standard.
I think that's what I wanted to hear. I think that's the stance I wanted to understand, because it's that stigma of white people because of all the horrible things, horrid things that they've done to multiple generations of different cultures.
But very much in America.
That causes that backlash. That if any other
well,
thing that they
everything's
try to
political too.
yeah.
There's so like the whole cancel culture thing. Everything's like the PC thing, being politically correct.
Yeah.
Everything's so political now too. So it's just like instantly, it's like they see a white person, and they're instantly like, ban him, cancel him.
Yeah, like, cause my gosh, yo, and I used to live in LA, and I was living with a housemate that was the whitest person you could ever meet in your life, like straight from like Carolina or something, or North Carolina or something like that. But this dude loves Asian food, not the weird white person that has yellow fever kind of thing.
Is he an egg?
Huh?
He's an egg. Egg behavior.
What do you mean,
Like you're white on the outside, but really you're like pretty Asian.
No, like it's not even like, because even an egg is kind of like, it's kind of like weird. Like it's just like gives me the ick. But this guy was like straight up like honorable and respectful. Jackson, if one day, and I'm saying your name now, if one day you ever see this episode, which I doubt this is gonna be, you know, I just gotta say I 100,000% respect you for everything that you've opened my eyes to. This dude not only loves cultural foods, but he finds ways to truly immerse himself and understand the culture. So that's why he loves the food so much, is because of his understanding of the food. And then not only does he eat them, but he tries to make them. One time, this guy went out, got some and he's like he's mostly vegan. He tries to eat like very healthy, but there are times he'll eat like meat here and there. Like I will convince him. Like I convinced him to eat Spam. That is like the most that's the worst shit you could ever give someone who is vegan. But he agreed to it. Okay, he consented to it. All right, I didn't just like lie to him and say, "Oh no, it's vegan." He tried it and he said, "I actually enjoy it, but I don't think I'll ever eat it again or try it." I gave him my mom's spaghetti, that Jollibee style sweet spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
And I had pork in it, and he knew, and I told him, that dude, I brought a whole bowl.
Man, this guy sounds like my mom, dude. You can't pick and choose when you want to be a vegan. You gotta live it. Lifestyle.
I brought a whole bowl of it, and I'm not talking about like a cereal bowl type. I brought like a pot, not a wok, but like a pot-sized bowl of spaghetti, and that was supposed to last me like 3-4 days. That dude downed it in 2 days. Like
that would be me.
he
honestly.
ate the whole thing, and I was
Yeah,
like,
but Filipino spaghetti is just so
yeah, like I've
good,
never eaten
dude.
spaghetti like this before. I fucking love it. he also loves spicy food so much that he can eat that. What is that?
Szechuan?
That really spicy ramen that people that used to be there's a spicy ramen challenge.
Oh,
thing.
the fire ramen, yeah.
Yeah, that thing he can
With the
eat that
fire
with no
chicken.
problem, bro, and he doesn't even like flinch.
Did you try it? Have you tried that?
Oh yeah, we did a spicy
I
ramen
couldn't
challenge
do
with
it.
him once, and bro, like I was choking to death, and
I
this
could
dude
not
was
do
just
it.
like singing along, bro. He was just humming while he was eating it. But another thing
like,
about him, he tried horchata once, and he's like, "Man, this is a delicious drink." He made
Is there anyone that you know that doesn't like horchata though?
that depends unless they're like lactose. Well, actually, like it's just
No,
like,
I would still drink horchata.
but it's like rice milk. It's not necessarily milk, right? Or is it? There is milk in it. I actually don't know what the ingredients are in horchata.
Oh.
I know that there's rice
But
and
I
cinnamon.
don't think there's a lot of people that don't like horchata.
No, but what I'm saying is, not only did he drink it and enjoyed it, he made homemade horchata, and that was the best horchata I've ever had. But I've gone to like straight like crazy Mexican food places, and their horchata drinks are amazing. But that homemade one it hit hard. Like that thing smacked.
They always have that giant barrel.
It was so good.
I know
And
how to
this-
make it.
and this-
Bullshit! You don't know how to make it, bro. Otherwise, you would have made it.
It's pretty much
3
rice
days
milk.
to-
Yeah, so it's rice. Yeah. It does take 3 days because that's how long it took him. He was like, it was legit like fermenting rice, bro. Like he had a pot of rice, and then for like days, I was like, bro, you're still making this shit? Like you look like a fucking warlock witch, like in the fucking kitchen, just brewing a damn thing. Like this white dude, imagine this white dude. I was like, yo, what are you staring up in this pot for 3 days straight? He's like, I'm making horchata. I'm like, yo, this dude is trying to make some potions or some shit. Like that, it was crazy. But
What's crazy is that you have 4 days off coming up soon,
So,
Fears. So
should
why don't you make some horchata and bring
yeah.
it to Disneyland? You know what I'm saying, Gray?
Bro, your imagination is wild. I'm just saying, bro, like this guy. But that's the thing. He's a white dude, but I would never have considered him to appropriating anything.
What do you mean buy you the ingredients? You're the one that's buying people free games.
Yeah, Fierce, you're rich.
Bruh,
bitch.
come on.
But,
Rich ass bitch.
but see, in
kidding.
that sense, would you have considered him appropriating any of that? Asian food, with the way I explained it, but maybe it's
No,
because
because
the way
I think
explained it.
I think he's exploring culture. It's the way that he's doing it. He's exploring culture and he's inviting to understand and learn different cultures. He's not taking it as his own.
What about Hawaiian people making fish tacos?
What about people getting tribal tattoos when they're not Hawaiian?
Oh yeah, that.
or
Well,
Pacific Islander?
actually, there's like a debate on that because even Hawaiian, they're like local Polynesians and Hawaiians, like have said that like they acknowledge and accept some people getting tribal tattoos while others no, which is really weird. That's
I don't know.
another-
I would want a tribal tattoo,
I think
but I
we
feel like
should-
that's appropriation.
I think we should talk about cultural appropriation in another episode aside from just the boba thing.
Yeah.
Because this is a heavy topic that I really want to dive deep in. Because, like, for example, fish tacos in Hawaii is popular like crazy.
Is it really?
Yeah, fish tacos go wild in Hawaii.
But is it beer battered?
I don't
Like,
know.
is it coated
I
like
don't-
breading, or is it
Oh,
just
the taco.
straight fish?
Oh no, it's
like
like
cod.
yeah. There's cod, bro. There's like it's like poke style sometimes, but sometimes they'll have.
See, that's what I would expect.
they'll
I would
have-
expect poke
But they'll
style.
have like shrimp tacos too, and battered fish in there.
Like two pieces of like poke
But
style
you know what
tuna
they say.
inside of a taco.
But you know
would
what
be
Hawaiians say though? Hawaiians say that it's a Mexican dish.
straight fish, no batter. Oh man.
Yeah, but they say it's a.
What up, Pogie? Can you ship it to me? No, you can come down here, big boy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like even Hawaiians actually say like, "Oh, this is a Mexican dish," even though they're making it their own style, and then they're still giving credit to Mexicans. See, that's I think a level.
Well,
of
because they
respect.
don't have batter.
No, but they have some do like they'll like there's different dishes. They'll have battered fish, but they'll also have like shrimp tacos. They'll have like cod. They'll have like poke style.
You think it's like spring rolls?
no?
Where it's just Vietnamese and there's Chinese spring
And
rolls.
then they just like
but they just say spring rolls. You think it's like that with fish tacos?
No,
where
I
it's
think
like
it's
there's
because-
like Hawaiian fish tacos where it's like different types of fish tacos, and then there's the Mexican fish taco.
actually I
But
think I
it's
have
just
seen
fish
that.
taco.
I think I have seen that. No,
How
I
do you
think-
say fish? Like there's so many fish.
Yeah, I think it's just fish tacos, and then they have different. They're like, oh, these are the different types of fish, like on the menu. It's like
Red snapper?
Like there's
Salmon?
there's a taco truck literally in one of the beaches in Hawaii where it literally says fish tacos and then they have a menu of just a different fish.
You trying to go to Hawaii?
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm trying to go to
down,
Hawaii.
and I want some fish tacos. But they give credit. But they give credit to Mexicans for it. Isn't that crazy? Like, is it worth?
I think
giving
that's
credit?
respect.
But is it worth giving credit? I'm like, bro, but it's not Mexican. It's not a Mexican dish anymore. At that point.
They're putting their own spin on it. They're not saying they're better, but they're still saying like it's Mexican. It's respect. I think it's respect.
I guess. He's going next year. No one.
You're going next year. Oh, you were gonna say nobody asked. He actually did ask me to go with his family.
I was gonna say fears who. Who cares? I'm just kidding. But I think the takeaway from this episode, because damn, we're like definitely past 9.
Yeah, we
But
did
we were
start
also
later.
we also had a delay, so technically we are on time still. I think the takeaway on this is like, when is appropriation, and appreciation is appreciation. In this level of like a business venture trying to go millions of dollar buco bucks like crazy off of a drink that is heavily based off of an influence from another culture, and then claiming that they're making it better, is downright colonization in the purest form. But I also kind of want to give credit to certain backgrounds that do want to try ethnic foods and put a twist to it and call it appreciation, because as long as you have an understanding of where the dish came from and you're giving credit to it, I think it's totally okay. Because again, like even with Filipino lumpia, we still call it lumpia Shanghai. So there's actually, it's the real full thing to it is lumpia Shanghai. Here's another fun fact.
But that's too long, obviously.
Here's another crazy thing. So, okay, for the longest time, and actually in other episodes, so this is like, we can talk about this later on another episode if people in the chat agree that they want to venture off in a historical fact-checking thing. So, in past episodes, I've claimed that Filipinos are the only like human civilization species on Earth that don't have anything original aside from their fighting and banana ketchup. Because banana ketchup really was invented by a Filipino woman who actually came to the U.S., studied, I think it was like chemistry or something like that, or like there was like a science background to it, and then moved back to the Philippines because they were running out of sources for ketchup, or like for source for tomatoes. So tomatoes weren't like heavily popular or available in the Philippines at the time. So they had to make other forms of ketchup, and she invented, it was a woman that invented banana ketchup, right? But I also found out, so halo halo, literally the definition of halo halo. What about halo halo? The literal definition of halo halo is mix. So halo is mix, and you say it twice, it's mix. So it's literally a mixture of everything that they have been inspired and influenced by.
Halo.
But here's another take, and this is a crazy take, and you guys can fact check this. I learned that Filipinos were actually the very first to create tequila. They were the first ones to invent tequila, and Mexicans took the influence from Filipinos. Yup. It is Mexicans influenced by Filipinos of the way alcohol was being produced and made in the Philippines. There is a certain scientific process of how they fermented coconuts in the Philippines to make alcoholic beverages out of coconuts. And Mexicans
But
use
isn't
that
tequila agave?
But tequila, what I'm saying is the invention or the process of the way tequila is made was made by Filipinos.
So the process is, but not the ingredients.
Not the ingredients, not agave itself, but the processes of creating that alcohol, the type of way of creating tequila, it has already been made originally from Philippines.
You guys just standardized the word.
Nah, bruh.
That's like saying, listen, this is going to be a hot take, right?
No, look, even Fierce agreed. Spears, who's Mexican.
Nah, dude, you're Japanese. Shut up.
No, now all of a sudden he's Japanese.
Yeah.
Bro, he's like 2% Japanese, bro.
Well, he always claims he's Japanese. That's
beard-
the thing. And now he's like, I'm Mexican.
He's like 0.5 Japanese, 0.05 Japanese, bro. His beard shows Mexican.
Okay,
Like-
what about this? What about this? Let's say you're working in like a manufacturing field, right? You have one person that.
What's up, Drew?
What's up, Drew? Let's say you have someone who submits an idea, but they're not the ones to be like to actually officially submit that idea. They made the idea, but it's just like a starting point. Then you have process engineers who actually fully submit the idea. It's a standardized work. This is the process. They just took that person's idea and they made it their own.
Yeah, that's like Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, that's like Meta. Like,
But is it the actual process person's credit, or is it the final product that process was used to make that final
it's
product?
the process, it's the beginning, because you can't have the end without a beginning, bro.
But what about the ingredients?
It's okay, but still, the process of getting that ingredient to become fermented into tequila was a Filipino
I
thing.
don't like what you're doing with
Sorry.
your hands just now.
It was a Filipino thing. Oh, but Google AI also says Filipino got the distillation technique from Spanish. The distillation. No, actually.
Oh!
No, the distillation technique is just, it's different. So Filipinos
Wait
have
a
a different
minute.
invention.
Filipinos got colonized by the Spaniards.
But no, but this isn't, the Mexicans literally learned this from Filipinos because there's a trade. There was a trade in this. So this is a historical thing, and we can talk about this in another episode because this is, again, a hot take. This is Google AI. I don't know. Yes, not so the distillation piece, but the invention, again, like even the architecture of how they create and ferment everything, it's a Filipino thing. It's gonna say that Aztec created tequila, but it's not. Yeah.
Google AI says Filipino sailors who settled on the coast of Mexico shared their coconut brandy. Brandy's not the same thing as tequila, though.
No.
Brandy's like whiskey.
What I'm saying is they learned how to ferment fruits and vegetables and turn it into alcohol. The tequila itself, the name tequila, obviously.
Is agave a vegetable?
It's a
plant.
It's a fruit.
Is it a fruit?
Agave is like aloe. Aloe is also a fruit, I think, not a
It's a
vegetable.
nectar.
Which is
Isn't
a
it?
fruit.
Is it?
Yeah, another hot take on a new episode of Transparency Podcast. We're gonna do a lot of studies, but again, I'm very proud to say this now that I'm learning something. I'm learning a lot of good
So
things.
the process was made by Filipinos.
The processes and everything
And
of
then
how
Mexico
tequila is made.
used the process
Yes,
to
but there was a
create
trade.
tequila.
I'm not saying that it's a full credited Filipino doing this and that. There was a trade between Mexicans, like not Spanish. Mexicans and Filipinos had a trade at one point in history of you give me this, I give you this, and that's how Mexicans.
I'll
were
show you
able to-
mine if you show me yours.
Yes, maybe not tonight. So, but that's isn't that crazy though? Like I used to be hard stuck on the whole thought. Like Filipinos are not original as shit, but they did
You
something.
say it like every week.
Yeah, because I have so much spite about like Filipino pride. But see, that's another.
Apparently,
that's
Filipinos influence Mexican mezcal also, according to Google AI.
influence-
Agave is like a succulent. I knew it was a
mezcal.
succulent.
Mezcal is tequila. It's tequila. That's what I'm saying. Influence
Oh, yeah.
Mexican. See? Oh, apparently Philippines. See, I'm so good at this.
But agave is like a succulent. A succulent's not a fruit. A succulent is literally a plant.
I think it's a vegetable.
It craves off of water and sun.
I don't know, but we should probably end this before it gets too far deep. So all I want to say is thank you guys for watching our podcast.
And what about Apple AI or Facebook AI?
That doesn't
Does
count.
Google have everything?
Doesn't exist yet.
Apple AI works.
Doesn't exist yet entirely.
It's on beta.
So it doesn't exist yet. That's a whole nother conversation in Transparency Podcast. I'm like pointing over there. That's the display. It's another episode.
Apple Intelligence is not ready yet. That's
Yeah.
another discussion.
Yeah, but thank you guys so much for jumping in on our podcast tonight. I hope you enjoy these in-person podcasts. We are definitely going to try to do this more often. But we have come to an agreement that there may be weeks, certain weeks, not every week, or every other week, where we might not have an episode, and we will tell our audience that in advance. Due to some conflicting schedules that we might have. For example, this is the reason why we did the Transparency Podcast tonight on Wednesday rather than on Thursday. So we will try to actually kind of maybe switch it up a little bit and not stick to the Thursday schedule too often, but we will still try to stick to it as much as we can because that is our designated schedule that Wes and I have, originally created. So to let you guys know again, we appreciate you guys for jumping in tonight on Transparency Podcast on a Wednesday evening rather than on Thursdays. I know most people look forward to listening to us on Thursdays, and have kind of gotten used to that schedule as well. But thank you, because there were a lot of engagement from both TikTok and YouTube on all of this. I appreciate you guys for sharing your thoughts and your opinions, whether they may be a little bit comical, or on a serious side. But I hope we learned some thoughts that we can, or some opinions, and shared your own thoughts about this too, about appreciation or appropriation. When is it really like passable? When can you say it's okay? And that's really what we were trying to get at with this conversation tonight, especially with Boba, BOBBA. I wish the best for that business. I don't like, aside from what every other hate that is happening from the Asian community.
You would be the type of person that says that.
It's not, again, I do not condone colonization or gentrification in the worst part.
Appropriation.
I don't condone appropriation, but I don't wish ill will towards businesses that are.
I don't wish death threats.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to
Good
that
luck.
extent.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
good luck.
with your business. I'm not gonna support it by buying you drinks and say like, oh, it's fucking amazing. But
It could be.
I wish you the best. we gotta try it though.
It could be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We gotta try it. We can't knock it till we try it.
I'm knocking it.
But I'm knocking the appropriation part. So I wish them the best. Best of luck to the business wherever they're gonna go through it, and I hope that they did learn something from that situation. Being so brave, being so courageous to put themselves out there publicly on national television, and then be called out by someone who is a heavy investor of within that show to say that they are appropriating something. So positive sides on both ends, both for what Simu Liu had said, but also I truly hope that that business will take into consideration and be sincere about them wanting to learn more about the Taiwanese culture with bubble tea. Because if they do, and then they become very open-minded to the changes that they want to take on with that brand, I think they will become a worldwide success rather than just a Canadian success. But in all sense, if you're just going to continue appropriating things, your business will fail, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of people that will back up the opposing side and say, "Nah, we don't want to support." Because cancel culture is so strong nowadays.
Yeah.
That they've demolished many businesses just based off of trending things that that go on.
Man, they've demolished entire human beings.
Yeah. So the masses always win, and I hope in this take, that business will learn something from the masses. So thank you guys for listening on our podcast tonight. Thank you for listening to Transparency Podcast to Wes and I. And we hope to see you guys next week or the next coming weeks after, because I think we might have some conflicting schedules within the next following weeks. I know Wes needs some break, some time away. They're going to go to Disneyland, TFTI, but it's okay.
You were invited.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But, we might have those schedules happening within the next few weeks. We'll let you know if we'll have a few episodes here and there. But look forward to the next one soon. We'll let you know what our topic will be. We appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed us drinking some of our boba tea today. Peace out, guys. Thank you for the podcast episode. Oh snap, I almost spilled my drink. Oh. Bye guys. See you guys next time. Oh my gosh. Peace out.